Hello and welcome back to another couple of days of RPGaDay 2023. I'm gonna do another 3 because I am gonna I'm gonna do at least another 2 and we'll see where the time's at. I missed one and then read on to the 4th. I'm gonna do another 3 at 2 or 3, come on, for this video. Starting on day 24, complex/simple RPG you own. Definitely doing unplayed RPG you own, and then we'll see. So Righteous GM has talked about complex, which he talked about Conan, which would probably be the same for me. Pathfinder's got a bit of complexity to it, and like old school stuff with Thaco isn't simple. DCC has a couple of little bits with its spells, but I would agree that Conan at the moment is probably the most complex system I've played, apart from one that I wrote myself, but that doesn't really count, and that's kind of the point, that it was ridiculously over the top. So I'm going to go simple and do the flip side and talk about the simple one that he didn't talk about, because I was probably going to go with that as well. So I saw his video up this morning, I was like, yeah, I'll talk about Black Hack then, because Black Hack is great and it is indeed simple. So it's a comprehensive, rules-light, old-school fantasy role-playing game developed by David Black. And yeah, it is what it says on the tin. It's simple, it is still old-school, it's quick to run, it's easy to run, it's a great introduction to these kind of old-school dungeon delving kind of games. So to go through a few examples, I'm just got the book out in front of me to be slightly more prepared than I sometimes am. You have the four base classes. You have the warrior, you have the thief, you have the cleric, and you have the wizard. But that is it. Wizard and cleric have a bunch of spells. There's not loads of them. There's only a few per level. They do pretty simplistic things. Your ranges are set into nearby, close, then like far and distant, I think, something like that. It's just 4 range increments, easier than measuring out distances like with spells and stuff. There's a way to convert it, I think. Clerics, they also have their spells, but they can banish undead, which is testing their wisdom. They have divine fortification, which means that they can try and resist poisons. Thieves have some roguish talents, they can do climbing, delicate tasks, things like that. They have advantage on those. They do get their sneak attack. They can also change their background because of Deacon Murky Past, and they can always produce a small throwing knife. And then warriors have just got they've got shield bash, so when defending, if they roll a 1 through 5, they can make an attack back equal to your level's damage. They're self-reliance, they can fix their armors better, and they have Deal of Death, which is just you have hit die, you have attacks equal to your level. So at level 1 you have 1 attack, at level 2 you have 2 attacks, at level 3 you have 3 attacks. It's that simple. And you can hit them all on one enemy, you can split them up. And each of those is a different attack, and each of those is different damage. And it's great. It's simple, it's great. I played a warrior when I played this, and I had a lot of fun with it. Hit points are simple. At level 1 you get a different amount, usually like a d4 plus 6 or a d6 plus 2, things like that, and then you have a standard d8 or d6 or whatever later on. To perform attacks and everything, you have a number. Say your strength is 15, you roll under that, and then you succeed. If you roll over it, maybe I can't remember, and then you fail. So yeah, that makes that similar. Hitting stuff, you use strength. Driving stuff, you use dex. Avoiding stuff in melee, you use strength. Avoiding stuff further out, you use dex. Any other kind of checks? There's no saving throws, you just use the associated stats. I have not played it in a while, so I could be summarising some of this slightly wrong, but I don't think so. So that's cool. There's no complicated weapon stuff. It's just you do what your class is, unless you're using like a 2-handed weapon. We have a +2, so it's to hit, but also +2 to damage. The armor is simple. You use armor to soak damage. And so yeah, if you have AV1 armor, that's one like armor die, and then if you take damage, you can just put it onto the die, and then that's soaked and gone. And then you can roll a dice to try and fix your armor. If you roll over the number, so AV1 armor, you have to roll 2+, you fix your armor. If you roll a 1, you break it, you have to go get it properly fixed. That's why warriors are better at fixing all that. And as a warrior, for me, I had like strength 17 or something by the end, and I had a headpiece and a shield, and it was a fancy shield and like plate armor, so I had so many armor points, and it was hard to hit me. And if I rolled a 1 through 5, I would actually hit an enemy. It was very cool, very powerful. Obviously, playing it too long, you are going to get quite powerful, but for a few sessions or something, it's a lot of fun. The way you do leveling up is cool too. You don't have to gain that many XP. It's like 1 XP, and then 2 XP, and 3, and so on. And you get XP for doing like kind of big important things. And then you do a number of like stories, tales from your past, during like a carousing session to do a level up, which is just a great idea, I think, for kind of doing that sort of level up. And then there are rules for like poisons and drugs and finding new spells and familiars, magical side effects, which are quite a lot of fun as well. And you know, that stuff's like a little bit more complex, but the base rules of the game are very simple. You know, yeah, critical hits work as you'd expect critical hits to. Yeah, the spells are all pretty easy to understand. A couple of them are a bit more complex due to their nature of doing like everything in dice, so a dice number of creatures, for example. But everything works in that like torches last for, you know, UD8 rounds or whatever, and every kind of round you roll your d6. If you go to 1 or 2, the dice number goes down. So the torch might last for a really long time, or slightly less time, and you can never be entirely sure. But it's cool, I like it. It also spawned another game that I've played, which was by Absolute Tabletop, called Mecha Hack, which is Black Hack, powered by Black Hack, but is about mecha stuff. Which is a lot of fun as well. It uses a lot of similar kind of general stylings, but mechs. So you still have 4 stats. Yeah, you have 4 stats, and you roll under the stats to do stuff. You have armor points, you have hit points, you have special equipment. And again, it's fun for like short games and short little one-shots and things like that. So yeah, Black Hack, a lot of fun, very simple. Most simple RPG I have played. Day 25, unplayed RPG you own. It's more like what RPG don't I own? That's not right. But I don't own lots, obviously, but I own quite a few I have not played. So the highest one on the list, I suppose, for me is what it's asking, and that's the Avatar TTRPG, because I went full into that and it looks really cool. I just haven't had a chance to get out to it. There's been too much going on. But yeah, it looks really cool. It's got a very different system to what I'm used to, so I'm interested to kind of see how that works when I have some time. I'm looking forward to other things as well when I finally get to play them. Alien we've brought up a few times. I want to see how that goes. Achtung Cthulhu. I mean, all of them, you know. Dark Souls, Doctor Who, but mainly Avatar. Yeah. Like I said, day 25, pretty easy. I'll leave those 2 there, because I'm not quite sure about day 26. I'll have to do some proper thinking on that one. I can't manage that off the top of my head. So, yeah, slightly longer one here. Yeah, check out Black Hack. Check out Black Hack if you like. I will link it down below. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.